get the URL.
Okay, so clicked on start streaming, and most of it we should be like just checking our channel.
Perfect. I accidentally closed the tab, so I'm just going in.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in actually. Have you copied the link?
No,
Okay.
I couldn't see in the channel, so I thought maybe.
I copied, right? I mean, it should, you should click on go live actually.
Oh, okay.
In
The
the
only
top
thing is
right.
that the thumbnail, like I'll change it.
Oh, okay,
So
okay. Yeah. Then I will wait.
otherwise, yeah, because otherwise it will be the same.
Okay, when you have done the thumbnail, do.
Yeah, this one.
I guess, is there any regular views from your side? I mean, like your friends or someone.
From my side, maybe one or two, right? More than that.
Right. Okay. Are you
Okay, so I
done?
have changed it.
Oh,
I have changed it. Right.
okay, there is no thumbnail. Great.
Oh, yeah, that is better than not having. I mean, having wrong thumbnail.
Ah, this is
But
an old
still,
video. Like, what the hell? I'm getting into the old video. No. Oh, shit. This is not correct. The title is not correct. Let me like set the title. Uh, um, Wait, just a thing. Can you like check if the old title is being edited in the old video? Just check. I have just sent you the title, right? If there's issue, right?
it is not edited. It is the same.
It's same. Okay. We will anyway confirm, right?
Yeah.
Just to be
Right.
sure. Okay, so I'm just sending it to Tux. Why the hell is still? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we are already 5 minutes in the video, so
Yeah.
I guess we should start.
All right. So just putting it to text, like.
Yep.
Okay, so it is fetching the old thing from it now.
Yes.
So, Abram, I think we should start now, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Open Talks episode number 21. And in this episode, we have gathered up very interesting things, starting from WhatsApp. So, as you all know, like the 4 or 5 days back in the night, whole Facebook, uh, venture got down. Let's see what happened, why that happened, and will it happen in the future? Who knows? But let's see. Second topic is about oxygen noise. Oh man, that is very sad. But yeah, let's discuss that topic also. Third is like Google. Google has done one thing which is not which they have not done in the history. This is the first time they have done some kind of these kind of right. So what is the motive behind it? Like let's see about that. Fourth is like HTTPS is dead everywhere. How? Let's see. And the fifth topic that actually I saw that coming, but one of the most used Google Chrome uh, extension is kind of dead. How Google killed it? Let's see. So yeah, I guess let's roll the intro, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Perfect. So the first topic is about Google, uh, not Google, Facebook. So Facebook is like, see, 4 or 5 days back, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, both three of them were down. And the reports say that it was down because of some kind of misconfiguration in their internal
BGP.
servers. Okay, BGP, right. And the thing is that what I understood is like, see, DNS was actually not pointing out to the Facebook servers. So if I'm clicking on facebook.com, DNS should come up. It should fetch which all IPs are serving facebook.com and basically point me to those IPs, which are basically literally servers running inside Facebook's data centers. So the DNS part was actually not working perfectly. And what eventually happened is like, people were struggling to solve it because even the internal headquarters required some kind of access for the employees, and this access system was also down somehow. So yeah, let's discuss in detail with Aviram. So Aviram, like please
So
enlighten us.
yeah, I mean, like this is pretty. I don't know, right? I mean, any enterprise should be already prepared for this, right? Like
Yep.
seriously speaking, I mean, like we kind of know that if you are an employee in a company, right? Most probably their main domain will be the everything, right? Like there will be subdomains which are normally not accessible outside the organization, right? Like available inside the organization. That is how you access the things, right? Like, and this is one of the real reasons why when Facebook's DNS was down, right, nothing worked. I mean, it literally ripped apart the whole Facebook infrastructure as a whole because their access tokens were not working because access tokens don't see Facebook.com, right? They need to see Facebook.com to resolve the particular IP address of the server which is really serving the authentication of the tokens, right?
Right.
Even if it's internal, right? I mean, it is still based on the BGP working, right? BGP is border gateway protocol, right? So we can say Facebook is like a distributed network, right? I mean, obviously it's a distributed network inside the Facebook, right? And what happens is there are like relay nodes, there are like edge nodes, there are like border gateway nodes, right? And these are all the nodes you have in the network, and the a different kind of edge node is a border gateway. So border gateway basically means that this particular thing has access to the internet, and it kind of is the main route, right, of most of the things. And what happens is that the total DNS requests are being routed via a BGP, and that BGP got pulled over. That is, it got deleted. The configuration got deleted. Then what happened was that the whole DNS route, right, for Facebook.com, the whole DNS route was purged from the whole existence of the DNS. Then you literally don't have Facebook at all, right? I mean, it doesn't exist anymore, right? So as far as them, they could not log in mainly because Facebook was down. So their internal servers are also not resolvable. So they could not get in. So in that, there's a main problem. That is, the engineers are segregated. That is, one type of engineer. There are different types of engineers, right? And field engineers know only about field. Designers, the software designers only know about what the design of the software is, and the security team only knows how the security works. So in order to fix this issue, everyone had to transfer the knowledge to each other, to kind of get
Right.
to, actually not to each other, to the person who is in the building. And the funniest thing is, to access the level, right, where the routers are kept, that is the BGP routing system is kept, they have to use the access token. And to use the access token, the BGP itself has to be working. And I mean, there is a chicken and egg situation over here, right? Obviously, I mean, you can't get in without
Absolutely.
the cards working. So
Oh man.
yeah, I mean, they resolved it, but that took down everything. I mean, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, even some companies who were planning to have meetings, right, using Facebook groups, got cancelled. I mean, how is that, right?
Oh, right.
A- and this kind of gives you an idea of what centralization will do. That is, when a central
Definitely.
entity fails, everything fails. Like, it's just that you
Yeah.
have to decentralize stuff, and that
Absolutely.
is a key, right? And
Yeah.
this also brings me to another topic with like Apple, right, which is not in the discussion, but just saying. Apple, like, it
Yeah.
is focusing on privacy and all those things. Mainly why? Because
Yes.
they want all the data in their hands. They don't want anyone else to
Correct.
have it, right?
Absolutely.
They know that the data, selling data is not that good, in the sense,
Yeah.
I mean, if they sell data, they can make a quick buck now. But
Right.
if they keep the data and start milking the data, then they can earn, like, maybe not that much money instantaneously, but a greater money overall. So companies
I see.
obviously see the greater future rather than instantaneous future, right? So obviously
Yeah.
they took the future where they get more money, right, eventually. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
this is one of the reasons why you don't have you shouldn't centralize your thing. I mean, have an Android, have an iPhone, maybe like have multiple devices
Correct.
all over here. I mean, even Android just have different brands of Android and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Don't just stick to one. And this is mainly, this is not decentralization, but it's just redundancy, right? I mean, if one company fails, the other company won't, right? Like, and this is
Absolutely. That's
one
correct.
thing every enterprise I thought already had, but now we know that they don't, right?
Yeah. Right. Right. And I never thought like Facebook could be down for 4+ hours, right? And they lost around 7 billions or something. That's a lot of money.
Correct, correct, correct. I mean, they
So
should
in
have
that
already
sense,
got a lot of lawsuits also, right? I mean, they should have paid
yeah,
those.
oh man. And because of that, Mark Zuckerberg's, ranking in the top richest person went down. So that's a lot of loss for them.
Yeah, Zuckerberg was like, okay, oh shit, I have to sell my estate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That estate with all the voice
Oh
controls, right?
man.
You remember that thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, maybe he basically spawned some Martians from Mars,
Oh man.
and
Right.
maybe like evicted his
Could
debt.
be. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, anyway, I mean, this is a like really anger point. Everyone should
Yeah,
actually take this as an exercise. That is, not just Facebook. Any company can go down anytime. So don't base your product on a particular service. I mean, if you depend on something and if it goes down, it is dead. Your product dies with the other organization, right? So obviously
absolutely correct.
try to be dependent on yourself. If you are dependent on others,
Yes.
try to depend on multiple people. I mean, like an alternative.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
not like a chain, right? Obviously, then that is too much failure, right? I mean, you know
Yeah,
any one of those companies fails, it's like dead. So yeah.
that is correct. Right.
Anyway, I mean, this was done by intern, I think, in the company. That is what they tell.
Oh man. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like
generally,
interns having
even if,
this good access to the border gateway protocol schemes, and like
oh man.
that being enacted without any senior, engineers eye, right? I mean, you know, this is something unbelievable because see, like I am pretty sure that even if someone commits some change to a development server, right? We are not talking internal servers, development server.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should go through multiple tiers of eye, like like when they're intern, they're
Correct.
like the bottom of the food chain. It should go through a
Exactly.
lot of eyes, and I don't know, maybe they were lazy, right? I mean, the employees were too lazy or something,
Right.
or their business strategy totally sucks. Like like they don't literally have a code review, proper code review.
Right. 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 I see.
Gaurav is saying, I am here to discuss quantum physics. Try to win a bet with my friend. Okay, I mean, we don't know much quantum physics, but we can talk, right? That is all. Like, I mean, we are
Yeah.
not like we are still in the classical realm, right? I mean, as far as our knowledge goes,
Right.
like quantum physics, like I mean, people can only understand if they know physics, really. Like they have to
That is
know
correct.
real physics, like that is quantum mechanics and all those things. Otherwise, people who say they know I mean, quantum computers, how it works, they don't know it. I mean, like I'm frankly saying they don't know it, right? They just know the scratch of it, like that is all. Tell me about a parallel universe. Uh, I mean, it depends on what you think, right? Does the parallel universe exist? I mean, if you really believe on Schrodinger's principle, then yeah, I mean, it does, right? Okay, the guy was doing some crazy flexing. Oh, who? I mean, your friend? Yeah, I mean, parallel universes. I mean, most probably it does. Right? It's like like there is a high probability that matter can repeat itself because there is obviously n number of combinations, right? I mean, if the universe is in fact infinite, it has to repeat, right? There is no way other than that. Yeah, I mean, it has to repeat. So, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, let's not call universe. It's like verse. Like, we don't know if it's uni or multi or we
Exactly.
don't know for sure, right? I mean, no one
The thing
knows
is
actually.
that we don't even know what are the limits of the universe. Maybe there is no
Yeah,
limits.
I mean, we whatever we are observing even before, dinosaur period. That is the
Yeah.
light we are getting to Earth, right? Like
Exactly.
from
So we don't know the
distant.
current state in which.
We don't know where these these like I mean even the planets we see, we don't know if they exist, right? I mean obviously it's talking about our solar system, we know, right? But
Yeah.
the distant solar systems, we don't know if the planets even exist or are they even like that anymore. Like they might
Right.
have life, right, at this point, but we don't know,
That is correct.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, like it literally takes 8.5 minutes for light from sun to get to you, right?
Correct.
So literally what you're seeing, if you look at sun, you are seeing 8.5 minutes behind, picture of sun. If you
Yeah.
see a
Yeah.
solar flare now, the solar flare happened 8.5 minutes before. I mean, just think about that. This
Correct.
is our solar system, right?
Exactly.
Then if you talk about other planets and like those planets which are like pretty far away, it's like
That
and
is years and
think about
centuries to come.
something creepier, right? I mean, if you go to some other planet, right, very distant, I mean, you could teleport, then you can
Yeah.
literally see dinosaurs roaming around Earth. If you take a
Oh
telescope and
man.
look,
Right. Oh man. Shit. That is correct. Right.
it's like,
There is science out there. Yeah.
I mean, if we had some kind of a way to teleport those light into Earth, even, right? I mean, literally
Yeah.
every data can be restored about
Yes.
every data, right? I mean, we can see the war, what happened, everything. Seriously.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I mean,
That is
like
correct.
this, these are all science fiction anyway. Like I mean, like getting to that point,
Ah,
right? I
yeah.
mean, instantaneously.
Oh, right.
Unless
Yes.
there is like some kind of a physics bending phenomena, we can't do anything because current classical physics says that it is
Right.
impossible, right? Unless we go quantum mechanics where we have warp drives, right?
Okay.
But still,
Okay.
that doesn't go beyond the speed of light.
Right.
But it moves the space around, right? Like is teleportation possible
Yeah.
according to you? Uh, that is clearly. I don't think the teleportation itself is. I mean, seriously, like if you take the atoms and reassemble you, right? I mean, disassemble a person and try to reassemble
Yeah.
that exact combination on the other side. Obviously, that will be the same
Right.
person itself, right? I mean, people. This is a question, right? People ask, what if a person has been disassembled? Person has been frozen first.
Right.
I mean, they are frozen in
Right.
time. They are disassembled immediately. They are assembled in the other place, but with different atoms, but the same atom, right? I mean, same
Yeah.
neutrons, electrons, number of neutrons, electrons, and all those things, right?
Right.
Exactly same copy is made. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
if that is the case, then exactly same copy of memory should be also made, and the person should believe exactly the same way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, at that point, I do think if that is possible, teleportation is possible, right? But at
Yeah.
this point, we can like we can make shit, nothing. Like we can't even
Correct.
reassemble an amoeba out of nowhere, right?
Oh man.
I mean,
Right.
at least we are
See.
like 1,000 years behind teleportation.
Right.
You
It's
know,
like scientists have teleported, some part of DNA over some centimeters. That's what I know. But more than that, they've done nothing. So
yeah. I mean,
it's like we
obviously,
are too
amoeba
much
is
far
bigger
away.
than DNA, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Amoeba is like, yeah. I mean, if you can transport an amoeba, that is like single cellular organism, right? I mean, what
Yeah.
we are going to transport them, like,
Right.
I mean,
That's correct.
see, like I believe in something else, that is, we are taking over, right? To a point where we don't have to be anywhere. Like we
Yeah.
can literally
Right.
transmit our consciousness, like project our consciousness to anywhere, kind of like
Yes.
see through a different perspective, right? I mean, directly link our brain to gadget, then it can
Yeah.
inject images and neural, like it can hijack the eye pathways and all those things, right? To a point where uh, you can literally see through other people's eyes and those kind of things, like
Right.
I think that is much more easier and more achievable future compared to teleportation.
Correct. Correct.
if atomic disassembling is possible, then I mean atomic disassembling is possible. Like, assembling is the hard part.
Yeah.
Disassembling is you just take a hyper, like hyper ionized ray and you just blast through, right? Then the next moment
Correct.
you see it's like everything is atoms.
Okay. Right.
Okay, I mean quantum tunneling. There is a problem, right? I mean quantum tunneling. You
Yeah.
kind of know that the probability of quantum tunneling is very less. That is, you have to first of all find, uh, you know, locked, uh, uh, you know, particles, right? That is the spin
Correct.
locked particles. That is, changing of one particle spin will affect the other particle, right? And I mean, if you find that, then how do you change the spin and observe it, right, on the other side?
Yeah.
And how do you transmit data that fast, right? I mean, in the sense, yeah, I mean, you can do it, but still, that is way far away from. Like we have to assemble. I mean, disassemble and assemble, right? I mean, the first thing we have to do is amoeba. You know,
Correct.
maybe copy to memory card, right? The whole structure of
Yeah.
amoeba, transfer it to some other place, assemble it. I
Right.
mean, that is the first thing we have to do, right? Transmission is the quantum entanglement and all those things are basically linked to transmission at faster rate.
Yeah.
With quantum computers, we can transmit way fast, right? That is, if two quantum computers have qubits entangled, then they can literally, like, one quantum computer's results is already there in the other quantum computer, right?
Right.
It's like
Right.
already entangled. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think disassembling a human will be possible anytime soon, right? I mean, the human rights activists will be like, killing anyone who does that. Uh,
Absolutely.
so yeah, I mean, anyway, I have disassembled a lot of things, but it's, most of them are code. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I guess we can move to the next topic.
oh man. Oxygen OS, right? So the legacy is dead. It's like if I ask like except the recent OnePlus users, which are there because of the name of OnePlus, when OnePlus was not having their name in the market, the people who bought OnePlus for why did they buy OnePlus? Because of their Oxygen. Even I wanted to buy of OnePlus just for their Oxygen. Otherwise, every other vendor was providing great hardware. See, the thing is that uh, recently, OnePlus 9 and 9R got an Oxygen OS 12 beta or something of it, in which they have replaced core apps like System Launcher, then Dialer, Settings app, with literally copied ColorOS apps, right? And essentially, we all talked about this merger before, I guess, 2 months in our podcast, where we talk like base of ColorOS being replaced by OxygenOS. So the base was replaced by that time already, but now even the front part is being replaced. That is, the apps and those things, the UI, system UI, Android system. So this is very devastating. Like, uh, you all remember, like MKBSD told once that after using for months, even Pixel starts lagging, but OnePlus doesn't start lagging. It stays as fast as it was. So I mean, see, these OnePlus devs were not some recognized developers from any other companies. They were picked up from XDA developers. I mean, they were the developers of Paranor Android at that time, maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago. OnePlus hired them because they had talent, and they created an amazing voice. Recently, OnePlus's like core motives changed. So even Carl Pei left, and many of the core developers of OnePlus left. So now I think this is my personal thoughts. We don't know in the news; it is not there, but we I consider this that somehow OnePlus is not able to manage the Oxygen OS development, and because of that, maybe you know, BPK is saying basically adapt color OS because you are not making one Oxygen OS on time. So this is what my concerns are. Yeah, Prem, like you can put your points.
So I like OnePlus is always right. Seriously, like saying, like I am a OnePlus customer. Right? I
Yeah,
was kind of
Abhiram
like
is literally OnePlus customer.
so.
Yes.
It's like I have used Oxygen OS to a point where I know that it doesn't lag. Like, it doesn't
Absolutely.
deteriorate like as much as
Mm.
the normal. I mean, obviously it does lag, right? A little bit. That
Yeah.
that I mean everything does, right? You put more apps, you put more load. Obviously things
Correct.
will start lagging. But
Yeah.
the trend of the normal Android is to keep on lagging, right? To a point where it has just become unusable, right?
Yeah. Then you have to, kind of factory reset and those things.
Absolutely. And I mean, seriously, like I'm now a Samsung user. Still, like if I reset my Samsung, it is way faster than what I normally use, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it is stable, right? I mean, it gets to a point where it's stable. But most of the Android doesn't do that, right? I mean, my father has a Motorola, right, which
Oh
is
man.
pretty bad, right? But in the Samsung, the deterioration is pretty bad. But once it is deteriorated, it doesn't deteriorate anymore, right? But OnePlus, it deteriorates a little, right, and it just keeps it like that, right? And that
That's
was
correct.
the main reason. Yeah, never settled. Obviously, I mean, they settled a long time ago when they removed the headphone jack. Uh,
Absolutely.
it's like, I mean, the whole thing about OnePlus was performance, battery backup, performance, battery backup. That's all, right? It was a thing. Right?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, by default, it was having the high-end chip. First, they broke that. They
Right.
took 7 series and put it in. Did they
Correct.
put Mediatek? No, right? In anything?
Uh, no, I don't think so. Till now, at least they have
I
not
mean,
done that.
OnePlus, there is one idea for you, right? We put Mediatek and,
Yeah. Yeah.
bankrupt the whole company. Yep.
Perfect.
I mean, we have never seen that, right? You, like, anyway, just saying, but seriously, Realme UI is very aggressive in power. I mean, that is not aggressive. That is basically, selfish. It's like
Yeah.
OS can only use power. Nothing else can use power, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyway, talking about you, right? Like what happened to you, right? You company.
Oh man. Oh man.
Exactly going to
They
repeat to
started really
OnePlus.
good. Yeah. I mean, see, exactly. They started really good, but then we all know what they did, right?
They basically
So
forgot what they started with.
exactly.
They forgot their legacy. Right? There you go.
Absolutely.
And OnePlus is doing the same. They forgot their legacy and they are moving more and more closer to their own grave. And
Absolutely.
people have already started moving to Samsungs and iPhones, right, from OnePlus. Nowadays, I mean, how many OnePluses do you have? Like, do you see in the world? Like I see less.
Actually,
I
less. Yeah.
yeah, like there was a point when 3T and even OnePlus 5 was released. Right?
Everyone
When
was
I
buying
go
it.
there,
Yeah.
it's like when I go out, the ringtone, right? I mean, I just hear, okay, shit, he has a OnePlus. Then I'll be like, going someplace and then again ringtone, right? There's OnePlus.
Yeah.
Now it's like dead.
Yeah.
I mean, no one has that anymore. And
Now it's
everyone
like
who has
Samsung
OnePlus,
kind of took over.
absolutely,
Samsung
absolutely.
nowadays, a lot of people do have.
And Xiaomi, obviously, right? I mean, Xiaomi also.
Xiaomi, yeah, of course. Like those people, they were already there. But in the premium market, plus even actually in the premium market, I would say Realme is also doing very well because of their lower prices, right?
Actually, Rushik, like for me, U service was actually handled by MMX from the start. Micromax.
Right.
When I went there, they didn't know what was U. I mean, that is correct. They were like, they were looking at me like an alien at first when I came with Eureka.
Oh man.
Then I told, okay, this is a thing called U. there's a company in Texas. It's a subsidiary of Micromax, and Akul Sharma
Yeah.
was a CEO. So there you go. And now you can call the Micromax headquarters and ask if you service you, and they were like, okay. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, then they didn't call the headquarters obviously, but they took my phone. Yeah. Anyway,
Correct.
got it repaired. OnePlus used Mediatek chipset. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Uh,
Did they
wait.
use what the hell?
Yeah. They,
Let me
they
check.
did. They did. 100%.
Oh,
I remember.
I got some kind of vibes, right? I saw it somewhere, but I was not sure. So let's see
Yeah, they did.
together. Perfect.
I mean, now they are 90% the way in. Like, I mean, I thought they were like 70% the way into the grave. I think now it's
I see.
90%.
I see. Okay, so it's for the Nord, right? Some Nord 2.5G. There you go. That Nord 2 5G variant.
Yep.
Dimensity 1200. That's a chipset name. So there you go.
Yep. I
Perfect.
mean, like at this point, just buy some sane device. Maybe like even Xiaomi is okay. There is something called IQ, something like.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that should. I mean, essentially now they are same.
I mean,
IQO is kind of better because they are still giving Snapdragon in some of the good devices, but yeah.
Arjun was kind of hunting for a.
Oh, okay.
He basically placed me two phones actually, IQ and
Yeah.
IQ. Which one I forgot, but one with 888 chipset.
Oh, yeah.
And
That is pretty cheap now because considering 888 chipset.
yeah, 30,000 of course. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other
That
one
is, I
was
mean,
like 37,000 Snapdragon 870 Samsung S20 FE.
I think Samsung should be a good option because see, with IQO, what happens is like, the chipset is good, but the other things, camera,
Software
display
and all.
quality, software, battery, those things will die out pretty soon. So essentially, Samsung is a good option as per me.
Yep. I mean, anyway, he's not buying because he got his card declined and and it's not getting enabled anytime soon. So yeah,
I see.
they are pretty racist. Uh, Mediatek. I mean, Mediatek is good. I'm not saying Mediatek is bad. Mediatek is bad for company which focuses just on solely on performance, routing, and good operating system.
Yeah,
It is
right.
good for normal people. I do agree, right? It's okay
Yeah.
for normal
For
people.
enthusiasts, it's not good.
And for enthusiast brand should never look into Mediatek.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is your G90T? Like asking to go to, I guess. Gaurav. Answer that. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess OnePlus is dead, right? We can already certify it as like dead. So in few years
Absolutely.
we will be having a parade of never settled and settled into the ground. Maybe the
Correct.
next thing is merger of OnePlus and Oppo, right? I mean, already the code base is merged for operating systems. Now what is next? Merger of the phones.
You see.
I mean, it's already merged, right?
Yeah, it's already. I
It's
mean, it's
like
just
both
a
have
matter of
same,
time. See,
like there is a Oppo which looks exactly like a each OnePlus, if I'm correct.
just because of the oxygen noise is what was different. Now even that is cheap, so essentially both are same.
Exactly. They might just have the OnePlus brand name, but
Yeah,
slowly they will like pull apart. Like what Micromax did, right? Where is you now? I mean, there is no you. Like they slowly pulled
yeah,
you to a point where now it's no longer there.
yeah. You forums is down. There is no service available for you.
There is nothing. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean
you is
you
dead. Right?
literally you took whole Micromax with it, right? Yeah, essentially, something like that. So,
Yeah, I mean, Micromax was the king of the day. Like, like I had three Micromax phones. Like, three. Like,
yep,
no company has ever, you know, made me purchase three of the devices. I had
I see.
no three, like not three, four, right? Four Micromax phones. First, I
Oh,
started with a keypad phone, Micromax 6266 or something. Then I moved to Nokia C203, right?
yeah,
And that is the last Nokia I ever had. You know, I was done with Nokia
right.
after that. Because that thing was totally buggy, right? You have the flip phone, the the like you need to flip, not flip, right? Slide kind of like you need the
Yeah,
mechanism that is the what do you say, the ribbon, right? The ribbon dies actually,
correct.
and
I see.
that is a pain in the ass, right? You have to replace the ribbon like maybe like 6-7 months in.
Correct.
So that is not a good phone. Then
Yeah.
I moved to what? Then I moved to, if I am correct, Funbook or something. Micromax Funbook. Oh man, I missed again. 5 devices. Micromax
Oh
Funbook,
man.
right? It was a tablet.
Right.
It didn't have any SIM support, but I fixed it with a DIR. What is it? DSL 2730U modem and USB dongle, right?
Okay.
So I had internet, right? Using
Perfect.
whopping 3G speed, right? Then
Amazing.
then actually when what I moved to, yeah, then I moved to Canvas 3D.
Oh,
That is the first phone with naked eye 3D. And
yep.
the one other phone which is very inexpensive which has naked eye 3D,
No, no.
Red Dragon, right?
Oh man. Yep.
That thing literally costs like hell and has same tech as 11,000 rupees costing Canvas 3D back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, they have steel balls to do that. Like, yeah. Anyway,
Exactly.
okay. So Canvas 3D. Then I went to Canvas Night. Right.
Right.
I mean, I think that was the most expensive phone I have ever bought in the sense, like thinking about the money money expansion, right?
Yeah.
Over the years, it cost 20,000. It was very well built. It was a Mediatek phone. I mean, all the Micromax phones I am talking about are all Mediateks. And before this, I
Yeah.
actually bought Micromax A21 Bolt, Micromax A26 Bolt, and yeah, I mean that is it. And also, I bought for my friends Micromax. Um, which one was it? Fire, Canvas Fire, I think. Canvas Fire, uh, and someone Canvas Fire too. Right. So see, like I had a literally a next level history with Micromax.
Right.
Micromax was my go-to company until they literally doomed themselves. Like,
Absolutely.
and those days I was like really good. I mean, really, really okay with MediaTek. I mean, MediaTek is a good chip, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
Snapdragon just outperforms MediaTek only because Snapdragon is like the standard. Everything is optimized for that Snapdragon,
Correct.
and that is a problem, right? I mean, if you don't have apps optimized for a particular chipset, then obviously that is going to lag.
That is correct.
And this is one of the reasons why everyone is trying to fight against to get the monopoly that
Yeah.
to get the maximum performance out.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Android is anyway not for enthusiasts. I mean, seriously, Android is for enthusiasts, right? Really.
yeah.
I mean, if Android is not for enthusiasts, there's only one more OS which is for enthusiasts. It's Linux.
Right.
I mean, how many enthusiasts are using Linux? Very less, right? So
Exactly.
I can pretty safely say that Android is for enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that is that. let's go to the next topic.
All right. So the next topic is about Google. So first time, this is in the history, right? That they have not supported their own devices. So essentially, what happened is this week they released the Android 12 source code. And generally, what happens is with the release of source code, they also release the Android 12 official update to their Pixel device, starting from Pixel 3 and to Pixel 6, 5. Yeah, 5. So this time it's different, right? So what has happened? So you might all be knowing that Google is also going to release Pixel 6 and 6 Pro with tensor chip. So this is my assumption that some of the Pixel only features, right, that are not ready as of now. Maybe because the hardware itself is not ready, or maybe some software side they want to do some real kind of optimization, or maybe some feature implementation is being pending, or is in the development stage or something like that. So because of that, uh, this is in the history of Google. First time they are not releasing the upgrade to the Android, they to their own devices. So that is pretty interesting. Right now. Yeah, like what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, the base code is open source, right? Only the thing is the
Yes.
operating system particular change code is not open source,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My thoughts is basically, the same as always because, we've already knew that, Google doesn't want Android to be open source.
Right.
They are like so much pissed with the idea that Android is open source to a point where, they are trying to kill it, but they
Right.
can't kill it all of a sudden because obviously people are going to react to it.
Correct.
So, yeah, I mean, I am pretty sure that uh, Google is basically killing everything, right? I mean, AAB support, everything is kind of killing everything actually. Open source
Yes.
applications are
Yes.
getting killed because F-Droid won't be getting blessed by Google, and if F-Droid doesn't get blessed by Google, all the apps in the F-Droid won't also be get blessed by Google. Maybe Samsung App Store maybe will be a little bit luckier because it may be blessed by Google because of otherwise it anti-competitor laws will be slapping in their faces, right? Uh,
Yeah, and Samsung and Google also has some kind of partnership with, tensor chip and those things. So if they kill software for Samsung, Samsung might, next time they might not consider the request of Google
I
for
mean,
tensor chip.
you know how much chips in the phones are basically Samsung?
Oh, actually a lot, right? Because they are the
Around 70% of chips. They make DRAMs, they make flashes, and they make SoCs.
oh man, there you go.
I mean,
Almost
what
everything
else
is
is
covered.
there, right? What else is there
Yeah,
in the thing? And they literally make cameras also, right? I mean, Sony is
yeah,
the
yeah.
by
I was
default,
actually
but
coming to that.
Samsung cameras are there.
Yeah, if camera is there, then signal processor will be also there from Samsung.
And yeah, there you go. Samsung signal processors.
Yeah,
And it's like fingerprint sensors. The major manufacturer for some fingerprint sensor is Samsung, right?
that
So
is correct.
there you go. I mean, lot of major we actually skip the big fish. The major manufacturer for the OLED panels.
Oh man, yeah.
That is
There,
Samsung, right?
that is Samsung. Right.
I mean, if they piss Samsung off, that will be pretty bad, right? I mean,
That is the worst thing they can do because Google wants to be an hardware company now, right? That's their motive, and they are literally, if they don't want to, screw up with OEMs.
yeah, Google releasing their own SoC, and that is also made with Samsung.
Yeah, it's like
Sa-
without Samsung, Google cannot move in the hardware market.
yeah, mainly because Samsung is so advanced in the hardware market that it's like untouchable.
Samsung is from ages.
Actually, people doesn't realize, right? I mean, how big Samsung is. Like Samsung's main thing
Yeah,
is not fridges, TVs, and washing machines and
yeah,
phones, right? I mean, I mean that those are like it's a major contribution combined, right? Obviously, but individually
Absolutely.
nothing matches to the chip
Individually,
production.
that is correct.
And they also have those what do you say, like space thing, like Amazon, they have the thing,
Yeah, right.
their own, yeah, I forgot what is the name. But I mean, like everything is made by Samsung. To a point
Yep,
where
yep, yep.
iPhones can't evade Samsung.
Absolutely.
I mean, if iPhone can't evade Samsung, what can evade Samsung?
Correct.
Even I have a Sony TV. I'm pretty sure that if I tear on that, I'll be finding one Samsung at least in that.
See, Google actually tried to divert their vendors once, right? I
Yep.
remember in the Pixel 3 XL, the panels, some of the panels were from Samsung and some of the panels were from LG. So the panels which were from LG, right? Some of the LG panels were good, but some of the LG panels had some, a pinkish tint into it. So you can see like how actually it affected the sales of Pixel 3 at the end. So
So
it's
the
very
main thing, I mean, like when talking about displays, I mean, LG and Samsung are the players. Like, I mean, they are the
yeah,
only players.
no one else can beat them.
Yeah, and 99% of the MacBooks LCDs are made by LG, right? I mean, not Samsung. Uh, I mean,
Yeah,
LG knows what they're doing, but the thing is, Samsung has much more higher quality standards to a point where they are not really going to put any display out if it even has a
correct.
little bit of change in the whole color temperature, right? I mean,
That is correct.
they are literally going to bin it.
Yeah,
I mean, bin in the sense like they are going to put it in a lower end device.
yeah,
Nexus and all those things. I mean, those are not that high end, right? I mean, but the thing is, they are the benchmark, really.
yes, yes,
I mean, now Nexus is dead, right? Now there is only Pixel.
correct.
Yeah, so I guess they are not evading, really.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And yeah, I mean, the whole idea, right? I mean, is pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
so I
yeah,
guess next
so
topic.
let's move to the next topic. All right. So recently in this week, I got to know from Apiram that HTTPS got dead everywhere. So actually, I am also hearing first time from Aviram. So like, let's see what was it, right? So yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
let's
it's not HTTPS getting dead, right? It's HTTP,
okay.
right?
Oh, SUDP, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
I mean, mainly why? Because everyone is voting towards, an internet with encryption. And
Okay.
this might be the end for a lot of stuff. Like, that the router configuration windows and so many applications we develop all are by default HTTP.
Yeah.
We might have to enable some flags from now on to make
Okay.
everything work, right?
I see.
Uh,
I see.
but the thing is, actually, HTTPS is marked for death anyway. But why? Because HTTPS is being overwritten by a new protocol, right? I mean, HTTP. I mean, it's not HTTPS is being dead. HTTPS 2.0, right? Is being overwritten
Okay.
by a new protocol called HTTPS 3.0, right?
I see.
And
Right.
that is much more feature rich to a point where it has so much ad track, all those things, right? Ad blocking features and all those things that everyone is moving to that. Even we at Tux Forums move to HTTPS 3.0. So
Absolutely correct.
yeah, I mean, one thing Arjun doesn't know. Hopefully, he doesn't watch this video. He never knows.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, I
Okay.
mean, According to me, Snapdragon vs Mediatek will end up like Intel versus AMD. No, right. Intel versus AMD is a totally different realm, right? Like you can say, like if you think about the fight in the end game, right? Marvel
Yeah.
Endgame. You can say, yeah, the main fight was really happening between Doctor Strange and the Thanos, while all other fights
Right.
were going on, right?
Yes.
And I mean, I'm not saying about the end fight, right? Saying in the middle fight.
Right.
So
Right.
this Doctor Strange and Thanos fight is AMD and Intel, because this is server market we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
While the others are basically phone market, which is way smaller, right?
Correct. Correct.
And I mean, AMD is going to win or Intel is going to win doesn't really matter. At last,
Yeah.
both are going to get overwritten by risk architecture, right? I
This
mean,
week.
we have
Yeah.
risk V and Shakti, those things. So eventually, I mean, this is a stalemate, obviously, right? Intel is going to win, AMD is going to win, Intel is going to win. It just comes and goes, right? And
Yeah.
now AMD is getting a threat from what do you say, Alder Lake of Intel, right?
Oh, right.
I mean,
Right.
they have publicly made a threat. I mean, the CEO has made a threat. So let's see, right? I mean,
Correct.
I guess we can only wait and see, right? What will be the end
Absolutely.
result? So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, there is a lot of architectural changes in Alder Lake, right? I mean, promising architectural changes. So AMD ARM when? I don't know, right? AMD ARM when or AMD FPGA when? It's a real question. AMD has acquired Skilinx, right?
Oh,
Who is
okay.
the major manufacturer for, you know, what do you say? Like FPGAs, right? They are the only manufacturers. I mean,
I see.
AMD ARM when? I don't know, right? I mean, uh, they might be working on it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
who is not working on ARM, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is
Exactly.
working
Everyone
under
is
hood
there.
now. So
Correct.
yeah, but I think AMD might combine something with FPGAs, right? Better performance out of the whole thing.
Correct.
I don't know. Right? I have no idea. But Skylink's acquisition do actually give us a insight that something is there in the
Yeah.
FPGA market they want, right? Like so. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea, right? Anyway,
Right. Okay. So
one
should we
guy
move
at
to the last?
Equal Leaks told me that Mediatek collaborated with Nvidia. Uh, Mediatek collaborates with Nvidia, Samsung collaborates with AMD. Like these things happen.
Uh, okay. We have seen Steam collaborating with AMD that we have seen, right?
Correct, correct, correct,
Uh,
correct, correct.
yeah. But other collaboration like this, I don't know if they have.
I mean, see, like if MediaTek wants a GPU, they went Nvidia. Samsung
Oh,
wanted a
okay.
GPU, they went AMD. Right?
I see.
So, I mean, what next? I don't know. Snapdragon.
Yeah.
I mean, Snapdragon. I think they already have a very good GPU. Right? The Adreno GPU is way superior to Mali. Mali is the like a vanilla GPU, if I'm correct. That
Correct.
is
Correct.
the
Correct.
vanilla GPU from the ARM itself. Right? And Adreno is like
Yeah.
a totally modified version of Mali. Like
Yes.
so I don't know, right? I mean, maybe like see, Nvidia is really good at desktops. That doesn't really mean that they are really good at mobile space. You know the time when
Correct.
Intel tried to make mobile processor like pretty devastating,
Oh
right?
man,
They
that
failed
was
at
sad.
miserably.
Yes. Yes.
The whole idea they were like doing is, oh, we have success on this is architecture. Let's you know
Yeah.
slap this onto mobile platform. It doesn't work that way. I mean, Cisco is too power hungry to be put in a phone. It's only for high performance
Exactly.
computation. Cisco is using.
Yes.
I mean, that utterly went sideways, right? So this is what happens when a very tech giant who is literally in a totally different domain enters into another domain saying they are experts.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, even AMD might be having this problem, right? Because they are experts in GPUs, right? Computer GPUs. They are not experts in
Right.
mobile GPUs. I mean, if I am saying Nvidia has more bets than AMD in this department because Nvidia already has a Tegra GPU, which is a mobile GPU
Yeah.
for those development boards which are on ARM, right?
I see.
But AMD has nothing as of now, right? I think so. It's like for AMD, the mobile GPU computation is the first, piece of cake. But the thing is, we have seen a lot of companies, right? I mean, for example, Geo just came out of nowhere and disrupted the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that,
That is
AMD
correct.
can come and disrupt the whole thing, right? It is not
Hmm.
100% sure that will happen. Okay, I believe Mediatek 2000 will crush Snapdragon. It's not about crushing, right? No longer it's about crushing. It's moreover about delivering more battery backup and consistent performance than crushing nowadays, right?
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays crushing has no use really. The CPUs are so powerful that it can run anything it's thrown at it. The only problem is how
Absolutely.
much time, how consistently can it run? Like
That's the
most of the
only thing.
process
Right.
nowadays only can run maybe like 10 minutes at max at higher clock speed.
Yeah.
After which it
Then we will
throttles
have to
to
overlook on.
throttles to nothing. It throttles to like
That is
1
correct.
gigahertz and 1.5 gigahertz. It's like pretty
Yep.
pitiful, right? I mean,
Yes.
this is what we had to fix. I mean, Apple's M1 5 watt CPU, right? Did miracles. We need something like that.
Absolutely.
They literally didn't put any fan in the laptop. If I'm correct. It's all passively put.
Right. That is interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Let's move to the next one.
Okay. So the last topic is about, you know, something more is dead by Google. So essentially, you all know, right? Most probably, every watcher on this Strux forum is basically using this extension named as Ublock Origin. And the basic job of this extension is to block some of the ads by default. And if you see some elements in the website, you can just basically manually tell it to block it, right? If they don't block it by default. So that's the thing which they provide. And you know the idea is very basic, but because of that you can see your whole attention is on the actual information what you are going to read. I mean, for what you clicked on the link, you're viewing that only. So your mindset doesn't get diverted by ads and those things. So that's what all uBlock Origin did. But that thing affected a lot of people by a lot of margin. But now what has happened is Google has released update in the Chromium base, which basically prevents uBlock Origin from working from the fundamental level. That's what I got the information from Viram. So it's like either uBlock Origin will be dead, or they will have to change their code base from the scratch. That's what I understand. So yeah, like see, I actually saw that coming, right? See, whenever something gets too much popular, like now YouTube Vanced is getting too much popular, right? Everyone in the college, in my college, everyone is using Vanced. So someday it will be dead for sure.
I mean, it's
But
already dead.
same that
Like it's
oh
Death
okay.
Note is already there. It's like Android 12.
Ah
It's a
yeah.
Death Notice.
Oh yeah, Android 12, yes. AAB support, APK dead. So yeah, that's already there. So yeah, so see, uBlock Origin got famous a lot, right? And just because of that, kind of Google had to find a way and basically kill it, just so that they get little bit more revenue. as if like they're not getting any revenue. Oh man,
So
that's
I mean, like
devastating.
maybe perfect time to switch to Firefox. Maybe try this browser once, right? Maybe
Absolutely.
this will
Yeah.
help Mozilla
Yeah.
come back from dead. Currently, Mozilla is in a Mozilla is already in the coffin, kind of getting lower to the ground at this point.
Yeah. Slowly getting the lower angles and
Yep, and hopefully, like we
oh man.
can raise the Mozilla from dead if we all
Yeah.
switch
So
to Firefox.
this thing will push a lot of users to use Firefox.
Correct. I mean, there are people who are stubborn with Chrome, right? For
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
for me, browser is a tool which gives me access to web. Uh,
Exactly.
whichever
Yeah.
browser in the line which works first, that is
Yeah.
good enough. That is, I go in
Right.
this order: Firefox, Edge, Chrome. This is my order. If Firefox works perfectly and without any RAM issues, I use Firefox. If there is RAM issues, I
Right.
go to Edge. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
if I'm in Windows, right? I mean, otherwise, I skip to Chrome.
Correct.
Uh,
Correct.
but if Edge also doesn't meet, then Chrome. Most of the time,
Yeah.
Firefox meets my demands, and in Windows, Firefox doesn't meet my demand, and I have to go to Edge. But never
Yeah.
have I
Right.
ever wanted to go to Chrome. I mean, only in one
I
time,
see.
I guess. I guess you know some plugin was not really supported in Edge. Which is in
Right.
Chromium market, but it was not supported in Edge. So I had to use Chrome. Otherwise, it's all.
Yeah.
See, I use piped a front end thing for YouTube. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, like
Oh yeah.
I think I know you. Yeah, I knew you. What you're meaning? Like you are saying about the command line thing, right? Where you can search in the command line and directly open the link in a, like a player, right? Like MPV or something.
No, no, Viram, he's talking about some app on the Android. Some
Oh,
some some name starting with pipe, right?
oh,
And
okay.
something is there which is alternative of YouTube and YouTube Vanced. It's like the little web page of the YouTube is being rendered in that app. You can just view that
I
YouTube
mean,
video into that
see,
app.
at this point, I can see that YouTube web is pretty good and it is equal to
Yes,
YouTube
yes,
app. If you just
correct.
throw away the hardware acceleration out of the window,
Oh man, yeah.
not an app, a website actually. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So yeah, then it could be that, right?
Good to know.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
always
great.
good to know. Correct.
Yep. You're right. Seems.
Oh yeah, correct. So
Yeah, I mean,
there is an app.
I think that ends all the topics, but I have one topic to add. Right?
Oh yeah,
That is
right.
Stream Deck.
Oh,
So,
right.
yeah, Stream Deck, they posted a video, actually, well, they posted a video of total disassembly of Stream Deck. And
Correct.
they told they won't be voiding the warranty if you didn't cause the problem, even if you opened the device.
I see.
And even they posted the video of disassembly.
Oh
I
man.
mean,
Okay.
there you go, right? Right to repair. And
Yep.
because of this, I think anyone who has money, just who wants to game, buy a Stream Deck.
Right.
Support them, right? Support this
Yeah.
initiative.
Correct.
Linus actually even told in his video, he is putting a challenge to, well, to make the Steam Deck in such a way that it is available as a disassembled package.
Oh, okay.
People
Correct.
can assemble it together. No warranty, just for the
Oh,
fun of it, right?
yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, at least 15 to 20 people might go for it, and
Yeah.
that will cost nothing for them because seriously,
Yes.
talking about which, they have to literally not assemble, right? Just grabbing parts on the production line and just putting it in a cover.
Yeah. It will
That
be
is all
pretty
they
much
have to
easy
do.
for them. Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess Linus has a really good pivot point, right? I mean, he's a big YouTuber.
Yep.
Plus, he is an influencer, and now he is
Correct.
one of the major investor in framework, which is also a
Right.
very uh, right to repair focused laptop, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm pretty sure that whatever he says might get into the ears of you know
Right. Right.
there's a good chance, right? 99% chance even.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you think about it, Valve did that. Then they actually disassembled the what do you say, um, switch. They put the video switch being disassembled. The title was "Do
Right.
not do this at home or anytime or anywhere." Doesn't matter. I mean, still, it's good. It's good that they are at least giving us a disassembly. This is a We are not talking about disassembly of generic everything. We are talking
Correct.
disassembly of the original company, posted by original company.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, this gives me a breath of fresh air. Actually, like in the old days, we used to get a serviceman with the products.
Right. Right away.
At least we don't get the serviceman. At least we get insights of what are the parts, how do you open it, so that you don't break by opening the thing. You already
Correct.
know how to open it by watching YouTube.
Right.
I mean, even service manuals are not that helpful, right, compared to videos. So
Yeah.
I'm all in, right? I'm all into the idea. What do you think? Right?
Perfect. Yeah. Same. Same to it. Absolutely same.
So yeah, I mean that is that for that. So
Correct.
yeah, I guess with that every topic is
Yeah. So if you like the video, right, please drop a like and let us know in the comments how how was the episode. If you have any questions, do go to Tux forums and post, and we'll help you there. Otherwise, in the comments also we'll see and reply. Yeah, and then we'll come every Sunday around this time, 9 to 10 p.m. or some around that time.
and I'm deeply
So,
sorry for the last Sunday.
oh yeah, last time uh, we kind of skipped one episode.
Yeah, I was like too tired actually. He was like okay, but I was like too tired. I forgot about the whole thing. Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't happen anytime. It won't happen.
Right, right, right.
It's like it was like
Yeah,
too much of work that day. So
right.
yeah, I mean anyway we have already extended this episode by 15 to 20 minutes if I'm correct. We normally
Yeah,
stop at
yeah,
45 to 50 minutes, right?
right.
So we have well about 20 minutes extra. So 1.5
That is correct.
open talks.
There you go.
So yeah, I guess
Yeah,
do like, share, and subscribe, and also like do share it with your friends, right? Really like that helps a lot.
yep.
And
Yeah,
we will
absolutely.
see you next day. I mean next day is like next week, right? Next week
Right.
Sunday, 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. depending on the time. Just stay tuned for the time. Most probably at
Correct.
around 10 p.m. So yeah.
Yes.
So
All right,
that is
guys.
it. Bye.
So, bye everyone.